This is Mason Ember Weekly. Tonight, an all-new animated sketch, plus the deal with the 2024 election. And now, here's your host, Mason Ember.
Thank you, Max. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Mason Ember Weekly. I'm Mason Ember, and this is episode 7. I'm just going to say it, we have a great show for you tonight. Later we have a hilarious animated sketch co-written by a fellow young comedian, so we can look forward to that. Now, we're going to talk a bunch about the past news this week, but first we have to focus on these two. So let's get this out of the way, like an oil change. You know, I've been having a lot of fun joining the comedy world. One person who is also joining the comedy world is Ted Cruz. Yeah, I mean, he's always been a joke, but now he's joking himself. This week, Cruz tried to preempt Cancun Ted jokes from late night hosts, a year after his Mexican getaway during Texas's deep freeze, by posting this joke on Twitter. Inflation is out of control, gas prices are up, food prices are up, lumber prices are up, and Cancun tickets are up 32%. Yeah, he tweeted that because he thought it was funny. And you know, it's an interesting strategy, making a joke about something bad you did to make it seem less problematic. It would be like if Vladimir Putin did a comedy routine and was like, hackers, am I right? In other news, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is cooking up controversy again in Washington with a familiar recipe. References to Nazi Germany. Greene this week compared the U.S. Capitol Police to the Gestapo, the infamous Nazi police force. And that's already not a good thing to say. But the situation only escalated when she mispronounced Gestapo, gazpacho. Yes, the cold vegetable soup you try to convince yourself is good at cocktail parties. And the worst part about this is not the first time Greene has proved she is incapable of stringing together a sentence that doesn't deeply offend someone. Another member of Congress, a person with different views or religions, and in this case, a cold wet soup from Spain. Another ridiculous part of the story that I don't think is touched on enough is the absolutely disgraceful comparison of the U.S. Capitol Police to Nazis. Which, also, the Capitol Police are the people protecting her. Like, your life is in the hands of the people you just attempted to call Nazis. It's like if you told your teacher they were stupid the day before they gave you your test scores. Your commentary is not helping your situation. In other news, new info has come out showing that Trump stole documents from the White House and then now in Mar-a-Lago flushes them down the lavatory. Yeah. And you can't help but draw comparisons between this and the Watergate scandal involving former President Nixon, in which the Republicans got scared, tried to steal the election, and then got exposed by a group of investigators. And now the question is, what will happen with Donald Trump? Will he get away with these crimes like he did in his life as a businessman? Or will he finally get what he deserves after a life of deception and cruelty? All we can say now is that his reputation among liberals is much like those documents, in the toilet. Yeah. Now, I could spend this whole monologue going on and on about how Trump is guilty, but you all have lives to live and tweets to tweet, so I would say, if you're interested in learning more about the story, you can read about it in Trump's all-new book, The Art of the Steal. Shifting gears here, a CNN poll has showed that neither Trump nor Biden has their party's full support for a 2024 run. And Trump I can understand, but I want to focus on Biden here. Biden was always like a transitional candidate. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. Biden was always what we would consider a transitional candidate. We needed him to get rid of Trump because he might not have been the best candidate, but he was a safe one. And in that regard, he's like the kale smoothie of presidents. It's not the best, you need it to stay healthy, but now you're a year into your diet and you're like, I just want some pizza. That's what we need, the pizza of presidents. Yeah. Not a kale, you know what I'm talking about. Not a kale smoothie and not a bag of junk food, but something in the middle. Fresh and healthy without being basic, dynamic and interesting without being negative for your health. Something you could always rely on to be okay. Even if you're in a shady restaurant that might be a front, you know the pizza's fine. Not based on a true story or anything like that. So the dilemma for liberals is, how do we get a president that's able to represent our views without alienating the other party? Bernie Sanders, for instance, is nice, but is he going to listen to Republicans' concerns as well? Joe Biden is fine, but let's face it, he's not perfect by a long shot. The problem is that if a Republican president makes a mistake, starting an unnecessary war, mocking the guy who could nuke us if he wants to, literally saying he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, most of these are Trump. When a Republican makes these mistakes, their supporters don't care. But when a Democrat makes a mistake, that which we make many, having an affair with a young intern, or recently totally flopping at your attempt to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
But if it's only Democrats who see their candidates' flaws, the Republicans are always going to get more votes. So now it's up to us liberals to pick a candidate who can be the perfect balance. Good luck, America. And finally, shifting gears here, some sports news. Yeah, totally. The official NFL websites reports Aaron Rodgers is in a positive place with the Packers as a decision on his future looms. This new report is no surprise because Rodgers is no stranger to being positive. Because he tested for COVID?
Know who you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, because you don't watch sport. We need neither of us, a famous guy. Well, that was the monologue. We got a great show for you tonight. Now, I have always loved comedy and making people laugh, and I've learned a lot from an amazing organization called Writopia Lab. Writopia Lab is an international virtual and in-person writing school offering classes in college essay, debate, newspaper, songwriting, and of course comedy, and many more. This next animated sketch, I had the honor of working with a fellow Writopia Lab student at comedy class. And this sketch is part 2 of our sketch from a couple weeks ago, Grounded, about 2 teenagers. So please enjoy this sketch, co-written with our friend Beatrice W.K.
I can't believe we are grounded for a month. All we did was constantly interact with a vicious serial killer. We are responsible young souls.
Yeah. Hey, we should escape.
Yes. That's perfect. How do we escape from here?
I know. We'll build a slingshot and use it to fly out the room.
Like Angry Birds? That is way too complicated. Besides, where are we going to get a slingshot?
I'm out of ideas.
I know. I got some basil seeds for Christmas. We will plant those seeds and wait for them to grow so tall that we can climb out.
That will take forever. Oh. We could just walk out the door. Dad is at work, so he'll never notice.
Huh. I never thought of that before. Good job, James.
Alright, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode. This is Mason Ember Weekly. I'm Mason Ember. That's Max Avery Lichtenstein. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.